Hi, this is Mel from My Pink Bujo, and the last project I showed you yesterday were these little journaling cards. So junk journal cards, junk journal embellishment. So these embellishments are not glued on yet. I had these pictures out of a book, and I sandwiched them together with some fabric and some, let's see, some cardstock from food packaging or the backing of a paper pad or something like this. And I covered this cardstock in some book pages, sewed around, and then put some paper onto the back so you get to have a bit of writing space. So I will finish this project off camera. And I used the whole pages from this little book. And as I said yesterday, I want to create a junk journal out of this book. So I could let the spine be as it is and just cover the whole thing up and bind in a few more new signatures. But the spine is very, very small, which is no big deal, but I want to have it a bit wider. So I will remove the spine and then I will create a new one. So I have some leftover, let's focus. Okay, I hope this is better. I have some leftovers from this food packaging, which I cut to size for the cards I showed you before, so I think I can reuse some of this. Yes, it's nearly the perfect height and I can do the width I want. I'm just thinking I could glue these two pieces onto each other. I just want to make sure that they are the same height as the cover is, so maybe I think one more part up to this. And I use my all-time favorite and trusted Fabri-Fix glue, Fabri-Fix or Fabri-Tac, it's the same. Clear silicone glue, quick drying, paper to paper, paper to fabric, and fabric to fabric. Oh, this was the wrong side. Concentrating. So I think 2 centimeters will be perfect for this journal. So now I want to cover this up in some fabric. So I pulled out some fabric and just placed the pieces onto this fabric, and this is the right size. This was one of my favorite trousers, but after a few years it got ripped and I cannot wear it anymore. And I think it will cover up. Yes, it's not shining through. This is what I wanted. So I will glue on the 3 pieces. I think I will glue them on like this. Yes. I leave a little gap, maybe something like 5 millimeters. I don't measure, I just eyeball, so that your journal cover can open and close easily and it will not get stuck. I do always try to put no glue into the gap. It is no big deal, you can do it. It's just that I don't like it in my projects, because I think the spine gets too unflexible, too stuck. Then sorry for the noise. There are still some people in front of our door, and they are doing, I don't know the word for it, the English word, but we will get faster internet, and they have to remove some of the stones before our house, in front of our house, and put some cable into the floor, and then they remove all the stones. This is why it's a bit loud in my room right now. So this is our new junk journal cover. So the basic cover construction. I will cover the cover up. I will decorate it further. So now I have to decide if I want a closure. I think I want to go with the Tim Holtz hitch fastener. So I have to search for them. Little moment. It just occurred to me I want this screw parts to be visible. So I think I want to cover the inside up by now, and then put in the Tim Holtz hitch fasteners. For the inside I want to use some of this fabric. So this is already sewn together. It was from an old pillow. So it would be perfect to put a bit of glue into here. So let's see if we can manage this. I'm just running out of Fabrifix glue, so all my bottles are nearly empty. I think I will try to use this cheaper glue for this project. It just occurred to me I could sew around the edges. I think I will do this, but first of all I will glue it together a little bit, just to make it stay in place maybe a bit better. Okay, I will just sew around the edges just for the look of it and to make it more secure, and then I will be right back. So the next step will be glue this inner piece of fabric into the cover. And as you can see, I avoid putting glue into the gaps. As I said before, it would not be a big deal, but I just don't like it. So because I have the feeling that my cover is too sturdy then, and too not flexible enough to move, to open and close good. To be honest, I like to work with Fabrifix or Fabri-Tac better than this cheap glue. But I just used what I had at hand. So it was a bit of work, but I set an eyelet. Oh, let's focus, sorry. So I set an eyelet, I will set an eyelet here. So I ran into some issues with this, oh, this is for later, with this applying this eyelets, because this pliers, they are from Prüm, and I will Prüm Vario, I think it's called. I will link it down below in the info box. It is a very good tool, but my cover is a bit thick than 2 layers of fabric and the 3rd layer, and I think maybe it's 4 layers here and the bit thicker cover, so it was very difficult. Maybe I will buy me a Crocodile Big Bite, we will see. So I will show you what I do with this chain in a moment. And I want to apply an eyelet over here. Yes, I want to apply an eyelet, or I could apply 2 eyelets, but this is more work. No, I think for just this journal, I will apply an eyelet over here, a big one, and then I will apply this hook. I don't know how you call it in English. In German, it's O-Karabiner, or round hook, round carabiner. I don't know. I will link it down below in the info box as well. I bought a pack of it. So I have different colors and different sizes. They are very, very stable and strong. So just finding out where I have to apply my eyelet. Okay, more at the top, because when you put your eyelet too far into, like here, I could apply it here, but then this thing would not go to there. So I will punch the hole, apply the eyelet, and then I will be right back. Eyelet is applied, really nearly to the end, but I think it will hold. So now we will see if this will fit. Okay, I don't know what I did, but it fits. Yay! So you won't be able to remove this. Not easy because it's so small. I could have used the big one, but I thought it would not go well with this journal. But I like it very much. Okay, so usually I would bind some elastic string around these eyelets and then would tie it around over here. But I have this chain, which I bought on Amazon. I will link it down below. And I thought it would be a cool idea to use this for my closure. So I need my pliers, 2 of them. Some kind of cutting tool pliers. I will search them in a moment. And I need some jump rings, and I will be right back. Okay, I found exactly 2 jump rings. I have no other jump rings left over, so I have to buy some new ones. So let's see. The plan is to attach the chain ends with this jump ring. It's a bit fiddly and my nails are a bit too long maybe for this. But just take your time and then it will work out. Turned off the camera and it worked out. So this will be our closures. It's the first time I did this and I really love this by now. So this is how your journal is closed. I think it's very, very cute. And the chain is silver and the jump ring is gold, just because this were the colors I had at hand. I think this chain comes with some jump rings, but I have to clean up my messy crafting room again. So maybe I will find them, but I like gold and silver in combination, to be honest. So, okay. The next step and last step will be putting in some holes and binding in our signatures with a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. Oh, and I think I will decorate the edges a bit and of course the cover, but step by step. So you can measure, you can eyeball, you can do whatever you want. I think I will eyeball where the holes have to be. Or maybe I can use my craft mat. Don't know. No, I think I will eyeball I will put in, let's see, oh, my spine is 2 centimeters, yes. Maybe I will put in, I think 2 signatures will be good. So maybe 1.5 centimeter and one at 1.5. I think this would be fine. So I try a bit of measuring, but the spaces between I will just eyeball. So 2 holes at the top, 2 holes at the bottom, and 2 holes somewhere in the middle. So I try to do it a bit constantly. So maybe something like here. I think this will be okay. Then you use your awl punching tool, pokey stick, however you will call it, and you punch your holes just right through the cover. See? Again, punch your hole right through the cover, not through your finger, please. So. So my holes are punched. This fabric is not staying in place perfect because of the glue situation, but I don't mind. I think it adds to the journal. So every journal you create is different. So now for the signatures, I will use some different papers, leftover papers, different papers, and will stack them together to signatures, and then I will be right back. So I pulled out some papers and a fabric as my signatures. Fabric is just for the look. You can pin some photos onto it, or you can glue something onto it when you have a fabric glue, but it's just for a bit of decoration. So let's see. We have a pocket here. This could be the inside maybe. So it looks very thin, but I want it this way because so I can put in some other things. So maybe let's see, something like a bit of paper for you to use, or some of these little labels. These cards are out of the book, so they are too big. Just thinking maybe I can put some in. Okay, it's very big, but something like this, and so on and so on. And when you use this journal, it will grow, and you have a lot of growing space. I will use this pocket shut together, and for this signature too, and I will be right back. So I sewed together some pockets and I glued some pockets together. Now the signatures are adjusted the way I want them to. Make sure they are all stuck together very tight. Mark where you want to have your holes. Mark, 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 mark. One here, one here, one here. Maybe you will use some paper clips or clips. These are big clips, maybe not paper clips, but you know what I mean, so that your pages stay in place. Then use embroidery floss or a waxed cord or something like this. This is very stable. 3 times the length of your cover. 3 times is more than enough. Then you start in the middle hole. And it doesn't matter if you start on the front or the back, just in the middle hole of one of your 3 holes for the signature. Pull your needle and thread through, leave a little tail, and go to the next hole, top or bottom, doesn't matter again. If it gets stuck a bit, so like this, you can just use your pliers to help you out. And the last hole. Make sure your tail is long enough so it cannot move. And then you go back to the middle hole again. So this thread is not the best, it's splitting very much. For binding the signatures, it's totally fine, and maybe you can put some glue onto the end before it splits this much. But with usual embroidery floss or waxed linen, you don't have this problem. But I like this gold thread very much and use it from time to time to bind in some signatures. And make sure when you come out of this hole again that you don't split your thread. So one end of the thread has to be on every side of this middle thread. Sorry. So then pull it tight, just double check. And tie a square knot, so left over right, right over left. And maybe you want to tie a 3rd knot as well. Just cut off the strings, the length you like. I think I will cut them a bit shorter. And fold your signatures over, maybe using a bone folder, just to make sure they are laying out very flat and very good. So this is the first signature, or the last signature in this case. I will bind in the other signature, and then I will be back. So signatures are bound in. I will decorate them a bit more, not decorate, but I will put in some cards and ephemera. But now for the front, it's a bit too plain for me, so I want to use a bit of this golden fabric. So I had to cut off my glue bottle because there is nothing coming out, and I have this silicone brush. It's new to me, I just bought it, so I will try this out. Let's see if it works. No, not there. But anyway, we can cover it up later. So. So if you like to, you could decorate your cover further. I don't like this spot. I don't know where it came from, so I will put something over here. And I like to put something over here, but this is not only the middle piece, but the focal point. And I think everything I could put on would not go so well. Oh, in fact, I like this. Or maybe I will put on some, oops, some flowers. Maybe some flower beneath here. Maybe something smaller. I will look through my stash and will be right back. I decided to use these little punch-out shapes and layer them one to each other, onto each other. So, I don't know if this glue is strong enough. I have a very messy fabric fix situation here. Oops. But maybe it will work out without starting a new bottle. Oops. Instead of fabric fix, you could use some hot glue for things like this. So for this bigger or stronger embellishments on your journals or your journaling cards. So where I want to put this, I think maybe over here. Hot glue is, in my opinion, nearly the same as fabric fix. The only thing is hot glue is, as the name says, hot, and fabric fix is not. And you need no energy. You just use your bottle and squeeze it. But if I will run out of fabric fix, I could use hot glue as well to apply this embellishments. So this big embellishments, not paper, of course. So I will just let this dry for a few more moments. And then I think our cover is ready. I will find something to cover this glue seepage. Maybe something like this lace. Maybe something like this. Okay, I will do this later, because I don't want to glue anything anymore today. So, okay. So I will find something to cover this up. Maybe something that will went over here, or maybe I can put something under these strings. We will see. And I will put some cards into this journal. And the last step will be putting on some charms. Okay, this video is very long. And I don't have any time anymore now to finish this journal, so I just wanted to show you. I will do some of these edges. I will use some fabric fix again, but then I have to open a new bottle. I will cover up this glue spot. I will put on some charms. I think I will let the back be as it is, and I will put in some journaling cards. So some of these are bought. This is self-made, handmade. The other self-made cards I have are too big. And I will split this video in half, and I will show you the rest of the creating and the finished flip through at the end in another video. So stay tuned for that. Bye!